what's up, family? Hey, today I want to do this video, and I'm going to title this one, Drugs, Alcohol, and the Street Life Will Beat You Down. And anyone knows or been affiliated with these things, they know just exactly what I'm talking about. You know, you got the street life. And I'm very familiar with that because at one time I was a knucklehead, always running the streets, always hustling, or as nowadays people love to use that terminology and say, I'm chasing that bag, I'm chasing that bag. At one time I was that ignorant knucklehead where I was hustling, and everything when I was hustling was hustling on the corners, whatever. Look at the perpetual. I love to give y'all a word of the day. So perpetual means never ending, never changing. Look at the perpetual behavior that I was doing. I was hustling on the street, then hustling on the street corner with the drugs, street life, and alcohol. I was hustling on the street with the drugs. Then I would go re-up for drugs and then worrying about sex. Hustling on the street, re-upping for drugs, worrying about sex. Hustling on the street, re-upping to more hustle on the street, worry about sex. Just like a hamster on the wheel, just doing the same thing all the time. Remember, perpetual, never ending, never changing. You know, and that's all the average person out there that know the street life, they tell you that's exactly what it is. They try to tell you all this other nonsense. Of course, they come with drama, cops, and stick up, and all this other nonsense. But the most common thing when you run in that street life, selling drugs, re-up and get more drugs, worrying about sex. Perpetual. Just keep doing the same thing over and over. And eventually, what's going to happen to you, if you just have this consistent, perpetual way of life, remember, never ending, perpetual, never ending, never changing. If you just constantly have this same way of life, before you know it, years going to pass by, you looking older than what you really are. You're not healthy because you're damn sure not eating healthy. And we all seen people that we know who always run in the streets. You see them years later and you like, damn, yo, he look old or she look old as heck. The teeth are missing, their skin look crazy, they missing their hair. See, keep running all that street life. And you wondering why your health is failing and everything else, your family life, everything is failing. See, that's street life and drugs. And you got alcohol. You see what I'm saying? Alcohol, we know. You got all, just like drugs, you got Alcohol Anonymous and everything. When a person is constantly drinking alcohol, they perpetuate their negative behaviors for anything and anyone around them. See, a person that's constantly drinking, they get up in the morning and say, I gotta get me a drink. Gotta get me a drink before I go to work. Yeah. Come home for work. They go, instead of coming home, first place they stop at the liquor store. Gotta get me a nice drink before I come home. Yeah, you know, I gotta get me a drink. Every day drinking. And when a person is constantly drinking, eventually they build up a tolerance that they need a stronger drink or more drinks. They will put every other responsible obligation in their life second to alcohol. Meaning their job, their family, their friends, just things that they should be doing responsible. They'd be more concerned about, man, I gotta get this drink, boy. That Grey Goose, there's some good stuff there. I gotta get every day drinking, where it's like, yo, and before you know it, how many times we hear drinking and driving people? They drink and they think, I'm fine, I could drink, I know how to handle myself. These are the same people that we have in our family and friends, where we have altercations with them sometimes, where they get all that liquor up in them and they become Superman. At least they think they are. They want to fight, they want to tear stuff up, and you like, yo, man, this guy don't need to be drinking. I had an uncle like that. It's like, you don't need to be drinking, man. Whenever he start drinking, boy, his perpetual negative behavior is never ending. It don't change. We know what to expect. Once he start drinking, we be like, man, this joker act a fool. Some people don't know how to act when they drink. I got a buddy of mine, my man Tone. Man, it's very few people. My man Tone, my man Mr. Boyd. These are very few people that I take my hat off to these type of cats, because I've seen them drink a lot and they know how to handle their liquor. There's very few people like that. I've never seen them act a fool. I've seen them get really messed up, but I remember Mr. Boyd one day drunk quite a bit, and when he was drinking, he came, knocked on my door at 2 in the morning and said, hey, Junior, I know it's kind of late, but I need your help if you could drive me home, because I ain't got no business driving. See, that's respect. And that added to the already respect I have for him. That added to the extra respect I have for him, because that takes a real man, a real dignity to realize when he's at fault, and it's like, I need to I need a better judgment right now because I'm not in the best judgment. You see what I'm saying? So I respect those type of people. But a lot of people, like I said, they will not let go of the street life, the drug life, and the alcohol life. It's a perpetual behavior that you keep doing forever and ever and never changing. It kind of reminds me of, and y'all know I love to give y'all word of the day, which is perpetual, and I also love to give y'all a story. I'm going to give you this mythological story. This mythological story is about King Tantalus. And this was a guy, and this is a long story, but I'm going to sum it up real short for you. And this story was about King Tantalus, where he was challenging the gods. And what he did was, since we always say the gods are all knowing and they know everything, he wanted to challenge their observation. Because he was like, man, I'm tired of them saying the gods know everything and this and that. He wanted to challenge them. Since they had a liking to his son, Pelops, he actually brutalized his son, chopped him up. I know it sounds kind of vulgar. He brutalized his son, chopped him up in little pieces, and he served his son to the gods as a meal. He served his son to the gods as a meal because he wanted to see, since they know everything, let's see if they know what they're eating is my son, a human being. Since they know everything, that's devious. That's very devious. But the guys ate, and after a while, they did figure out that what he did. And since it was such a heinous thing what he did, they gave him a perpetual punishment. And the perpetual punishment is what a lot of these people out here live to this day. Something never ending. And the punishment that they gave him was they sat him in a lake of water up to his mouth, and a fruit tree right above his head. And anytime he was thirsty and he would lean his head to get some water, the water would subside. So he could never get the water. It's always just right there, but he just can't quite get it. It's right there. Every time he go to get it, the water subsides. And the fruit tree that had fresh fruit hanging by his head, every time he reached for it, the branches will pull back. So no matter how much he tried, the tree branches wouldn't allow, it just teasing him. So it's like a lot of these people out here to this day, they always talking about chasing that bag, getting that money, working. Yeah, keep you running that. Even for a person that's doing 15 hours a day, 7 days a week, working 6 days a week, come on now. You need a better life for yourself and your family. Instead of chasing that bag. Come on, man, knock it off. One of the most best things of liberation to have is when you have no bills. So therefore you have way less stress. And if you ain't doing all the alcohol, running the streets and drugs, you do have less stress. Then you imply more positive things in life. But back to that story. You see, isn't that amazing? What kind of perpetual punishment that was? Where it's like, whenever I'm thirsty, the water is all around me. But every time he go to put his head down, the water go away. It subsides. And every time he reach for that tree, the fruit is like right there by his head. As soon as he reached for it, the tree pulls away. Forever. This was his punishment forever. King Tantalus. But anyway, back to my point. Drugs, alcohol, and the street life. Running always, chasing all this nonsense will beat you down. So, on that note, we want a more positive way of thinking. Try to get help if you're on alcohol. Seek out more positive people in your family and friends that could be more of a positive influence on you. If you're running that street life, believe me, that's not going to last forever. You need to start looking for a way out and definitely follow it. Those drugs, the same thing. Seek some type of help that you need to help you better your life. Seek better positive people around you. The people you've been doing your drugs and alcohol with, you need to eliminate them. Maybe they might be the ones that eliminate you if you don't do so. But we're looking for more positive ways of living and things to carry on with a more productive way of our life. And on that note, wish you well, especially people with drugs and alcohol problems and running the street life, because that's what we want. We want to put out more positive videos, and we wish you well. And I've had people in my family and friends go through these nonsense too. Yeah, I don't drink, by the way. I don't drink at all. And I know some of y'all watching the video may say, well, what are you doing with all this alcohol? These were gifts because I throw events every now and then, and I have stuff for people when they come by. And I'm very gracious to share when people do come by that I can have things available for them. But no, I don't drink. I don't drink at all. Never have. Never in my life. I'll never even drink a cup of coffee. I'm dead serious. I haven't. Now you give me some candy, I'll tear that candy up. But yo, on that note, subscribe, share, like, and comment. And I appreciate y'all watching this whole video all the way through. Hopefully it's helpful for you. And I hopefully get your life in a better way of life for you and your family and friends. Peace.